Hey guys, my name is Max and I will be leading you through an intermediate vinyasa flow today. Nothing is required of you except you and your practice space, but if you have a couple blocks they may come in handy, also a bolster, maybe a strap if you need some more support in your binds, but nothing is required. We'll go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat at the back of our mat, or whatever position is best for you to find your breath. I'm going to recommend Virasana, which is just a kneeling pose, but if you want to get started in a Sukhasana or in a child's pose, or lying on your back, you're more than welcome to go there as well. And maybe begin here just by closing your eyes. Releasing your lower jaw from your upper jaw. Releasing the space in between your eyebrows. Finding a long spine, slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. And giving yourself permission to arrive. Releasing any thoughts of the past or any anticipation for the future. Allowing yourself to step in to this present moment the best you can. And then starting to become conscious and aware of your breath. So maybe engaging in your Ujjayi breath, if that's in your practice, by gently breathing in and out through the nostrils, creating some internal heat as you gently constrict the muscles at the back of your throat. Maybe you want to pause in between your inhales and your exhales. I challenge you to become conscious and aware of every inhalation and every exhalation that you take for the next hour. And when you find your awareness shifting to a thought or a sensation or an emotion or a stretch, try your best to bring it back to your breath. I know that's easier said than done, but it is a practice after all. So just doing the best you can, giving it your best shot. Giving yourself some grace in the process, giving yourself a moment of gratitude for showing up for you today. Good. Option to stay here if you need some more time. Otherwise, we'll begin to find some movement. We'll begin in the tabletop position. And we're just going to place our hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. And we'll just begin here by finding some intuitive movement. So I like to begin by just taking some circles over my palms, getting into my wrists, my forearms, waking them up. And maybe slowly starting to undulate through the spine, protract, retract through the shoulders, roll out through the neck. Moving your hips from side to side. Not thinking about your movement too much, just allowing yourself to move. And then maybe flipping your hands to face the sides of your mat. And then again, continue with that organic movement. Moving around. Circular movement around your wrists. Going the opposite way. And from there, maybe flipping your hands all the way around so your fingertips face your knees. And finding some gentle pulses back and forth with the hands. Good. Option to stay here. If it's available to you, we'll come into some cat-cows with our hands flipped around like this. So on the inhale, letting the belly drop, collarbone spread wide, gaze goes slightly forward. On the exhale, rounding through your spine, let the shoulder blades go wide, belly button towards your spine. Good. Inhale, rounding forward. Exhale, round back. Good. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, round back. Good. Inhale, rounding forward. Exhale, round back. Good. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, round back. Good. Meeting back into neutral tabletop, flipping the hands around. We're going to come back into a kneeling position, but this time with our toes tucked. Coming all the way back. And your toes can be untucked too if this is too much for your feet. Maybe roll out through the wrists a couple times, letting that go. Going the other way. And then from there, we're going to interlace our hands at heart center. Take an inhale. And the exhale, push the palms forward, around through the spine. On the inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. And the exhale, cactus out through the arms, open up the heart. Good. Inhaling, interlacing the hands at heart center. And the exhale, pushing the palms forward. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactusing. Good. Inhale, reaching the palms at heart center. Exhale, pushing the palms forward, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus. And then keep cactusing, cactusing, cactusing until you can interlace your hands behind your back, right thumb on top of left. Take an inhale here. And the exhale, open up the heart towards the sky. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands over towards your right hip, elbows squeeze together. Let your right ear fall over towards your right shoulder. If it's available to you, maybe take some gentle up and down movement with the neck. Or with the head, getting into the left side of your neck. Good. Gently coming back to center, switching the interlace of the left thumbs on top, taking an inhale. And the exhale, open up the heart, send the hands down. Back to a neutral spine. Bring your hands over towards your left hip, left ear over towards your left shoulder. Maybe up and down movement with the chin. Good. Gently releasing here. We'll come back into our tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders. Maybe tap out through the toes, releasing all of that sensation there. And then from here, we're going to take some hip circles with the right leg. So we're going to stand on the ceiling with the right foot. And then just start to take some big hip circles with the right leg. And if you want to straighten out through the leg, switch the direction of your circles, playing around with your own range of motion here. And then from there, standing on the ceiling with the right leg, leg is straight. Or standing on the back wall with the right leg, leg is straight. Reaching the left fingertips forward, taking an inhale. And the exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long again. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long. Bend through the right leg. Go ahead and grab the foot with the hand. And then kick the foot into the hand as you square your chest forward the best you can. Good. Gently releasing the foot if you grabbed it. Foot stays lifted as your left palm comes back underneath your left shoulder. We're going to kick the right leg all the way out towards the right. Foot lands, rooting down to the knife edge of that foot as you sink back into a one-legged child's pose. Maybe coming onto your fingertips here. Maybe shifting forward and back into your tabletop. Or just finding some stillness. Good. Keeping the legs the same, we'll just gently shift back forward. We'll tuck the left toes under, and then send the right leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up the hip, take some circles. Point, flex through the foot, spread out through the toes. Roll out through the ankle. Good. From there, straightening through the right leg, taking an inhale. And exhale, right knee towards your right eye. As gently as you can, stepping it through. For Anjaneyasana, low lunge, back knee comes down, untuck the back toes. Inhale, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Taking an inhale here, on the exhale, cactus, bend into the right knee. Spread out through the fingertips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus, bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus, bend. Inhale, reach up again. Exhale, cactus, bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus, bend. Keep cactusing, cactusing, cactusing until you can interlace your hands behind your back, right thumb on top. If you want to grab your strap to help you with your bind, you can do that, or a t-shirt. And then maybe let your head fall back. Still lengthening through your spine here, tucking the tailbone under, avoiding any crunching in the low back. Maybe you can let your head fall back. Good, gently releasing here. And we'll come into a gentle half splits. If you have your blocks nearby, you can go ahead and grab them. And then straightening out through the right leg any amount. Sending your right hip back, your left hip forward. Breathing into your right hamstring, your right low back. Lengthening through your spine, through both sides of your torso here. Bring your awareness, your focus back to your breath. Good. From there, bending back into the right leg. We're going to heel toe the right foot out so it's at the edge of the right side of our mat. Bring both hands inside of that foot. And we're going to bring our left knee up a couple inches and then turn the shin in so it's parallel at the front edge of our mat. I'll flip around here so you can see what I'm kind of doing. And then grab your block if you have it nearby. Place it on the inside of your right foot. And then place your right palm on top of that block. And reach your left fingertips up towards the sky. Coming into this extended side angle variation. And then from here, see if you can isometrically push that inner right thigh into your right elbow. And then push that elbow back into your thigh any amount. And then gaze can go up towards the ceiling. You can go somewhere else. Maybe finding a drishti, point of focus. And then with every exhale, see if you can open up your heart just a little bit more towards the sky. Good. From there, we're going to push off of the right palm. We're going to come into a modified side plank at the back of the mat. So we're going to let our left palm plant, straighten out through the right leg, reach the right arm, up and over. Pushing your hips forward, elongating through your right side body. Option to stay here, option to lift your right foot up off the mat, option to bend through the right leg and grab the foot with the right hand. You can also take a block underneath your left palm for some more space. And breathe here, kicking the foot into the hand. Good. If you grab the foot, gently release it. Gently bring that foot all the way back down as you push your left off of your left palm. Let the right fingertips slide down the outside of your right shin. As your left arm goes up and over, breathing into your left side body, left intercostals, pushing your hips forward. Good, bringing your torso back up, letting the right toes go up, coming back into runner's lunge, straightening out through the left leg. If you have your blocks nearby, tuck the left toes under, lift the back knee up, and come into a modified pyramid pose, adjusting your stance as you need to. Widen or narrow it, shorten or lengthen it. And then again, breathing into your right hip, your right hamstring, right low back, keeping a micro bend into that right knee. Not hyperextending anywhere. Maybe your right toe is going to lift up off the mat, dorsiflexing the toes up towards your knee. Maybe you can let your chin fall towards your chest. And breathe here. Good. From there, bending into the right knee. And then just stepping your left foot up to meet your right forward fold at the top of the mat. Feet can be about hips width distance here. Maybe grabbing for opposite elbows. Maybe straightening through one leg and then the other. You can also interlace your hands behind your back or behind your back. Good. From there, gently releasing the hands. On the inhale, taking a halfway lift, flat back. And the exhale, fold, let it go. On the inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. On the exhale, baby back bend, gentle bend in the knees, open up the heart. Good. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, gentle bend in the knees as you fold back forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down. We're going to come into a high plank position. Pausing in our high plank here, finding a bit of core work. So seeing here, if you can tuck your tailbone down towards your heels, bring your hip points up towards your low ribs, hug your belly button towards your spine, wrap your biceps forward, lengthen through the crown of the head to the entire length of your spine, back of the neck. And then option to stay here, option to reach your right toes up off the mat. Option to stay here, option to come onto your left fingertips, option to reach your left fingertips forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release. Same, just on the other side. Left toes lift up off the mat, coming onto your right fingertips, maybe reaching your right fingertips forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, gently releasing, gently letting the knees come down, coming back into your tabletop position, letting that go, undulating through the spine, taking some cat-cows, release. Same sequence here, guys, just on the other side. We're going to stand on the ceiling with the left foot. And then find your hip circles here. Bend straight into the leg. Point, flex the toes. Switch the direction of your circles. And then from there, standing on the back wall with the left foot, reaching the right fingertips forward, taking an inhale, and the exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. 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 Inhale, reach long again, bend through the left knee. Maybe grab for the inner or the outer edge of the foot. Kick the foot into the hand. See if you can square your chest forward. And breathe here, wrapping your left bicep forward, externally rotating. through that left shoulder. Good. If you grab the foot, gently releasing, keeping the toes lifted, right palm plants back underneath the right shoulder, kicking the left toes all the way out towards the left, and then sinking back into your one-legged child's pose, one Ekapada Balasana, maybe coming onto your fingertips, maybe shifting your weight forward and back into your tabletop, and then back into your child's pose. Maybe just finding some stillness here for a couple breaths. Good. From here, shifting back forward, tucking the right toes under, sending the left leg all the way up and back, three-legged dog, bend the knee, open up the hip. Take some circles. Switch the direction. And then from there, straightening out through the leg, evening out through the hips, take an inhale. And exhale, left knee towards your left eye, as gently as you can. Step it through into your Anjaneyasana, low lunge, back knee comes down, release the back toes, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Taking an inhale here on the exhale, cactus bend into that left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus bend. 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 From here, we're going to keep cactusing until we can interlace our hands the opposite way, if you can remember. I think it's left thumb on top this time. And then find your gentle heart opener here as you send your hands down that back leg. Maybe you can bend a little bit deeper into that left knee. Maybe you can let your head fall back. Good, gently releasing here. And then coming into your half splits variation, grabbing your blocks if you need some more support or want some more support. And then straightening out through that left leg. Sending your left hip back, your right hip forward, elongating through both sides of your torso. Sending the crown of your head toward your toes. Good. From here, we're going to bend into that left knee. We're going to heel toe the left foot, so it's to the outer edge of our mat on the left-hand side. We're going to bring our right knee up a couple inches and then turn that shin in so it's parallel with the front edge of our mat. Push, rooting down through our left palm, maybe on top of a block, reaching the right fingertips up towards the sky. Extended side angle variation. And then isometrically pushing that inner left thigh into your left elbow, pushing that elbow back into that left thigh. On every exhale, seeing if you can open your heart a little bit more towards the sky. Good. From here, pushing off the left palm, modified side plank towards the back of the mat. Right palm's going to plant. Straighten out through your left leg. Root down to the outer edge of your left foot as you reach your left arm up and over. Option to stay here. Option to lift your left foot up off the mat. Option to reach back with the left hand, grabbing for the inner or the outer edge. Kicking the foot into the hand. Maybe your gaze goes up. Bring your awareness, your focus back to your breath. Pushing your hips forward, elongating through your tailbone, tucking it down. Good, gently releasing the foot if you grabbed it. Pushing off the right palm, rooting down through the knife edge of your left foot as you bring your left fingertips down the outside of that left shin, right arm goes up and over. Good. From there, torso comes back up, left toes come up towards the sky, bending into that left knee, straightening out through that right leg, runner's lunge as we transition into our modified pyramid, tucking the toes under, lifting the back knee up, maybe stepping that foot up a couple inches as you straighten out through your left leg. And breathing here. Blocks are always welcome for some more support. Let your chin fall towards your chest. Let your crown of the head fall heavy. Micro bend into that left knee. Good. From there, bending into that left knee and then stepping your right foot up to meet your left forward fold. And then inhale, take a halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, fold, let it go. And then inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, cactus out through the arms, baby back bend, gentle bend in the knees. Good, inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands back into your high plank position, pausing here, finding that work. Option to stay here, option to lift your right toes up off the mat. Option to stay here, option to reach your left palm up off the mat. Maybe reach your fingertips forward. Taking an inhale here, and the exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Whoa. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. Good. Gently landing that. And just going over to the other side. Left foot lifts. Maybe your right palm lifts. Maybe reach your fingertips forward. Find your balance. Take an inhale. On the exhale, crunch knee to elbow. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, crunch. 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 Good. Gently releasing that. And as gently as you can, lowering all the way down to your belly. Untucking the toes, rooting down to the tops of the feet. Arms go out wide off of your mat. Rooting down to your fingertips like tent stakes. On the inhale, lifting the head, neck, and chest up off the mat, oscillating cobra. On the exhale, back down. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, back down. Last one here, inhale, lift back up. Exhale, back down. Good. Palms go by your sides. From here, we're going to move into locust pose. On the inhale, lifting the head, neck, and chest up off the mat. Also your knees, also your feet, also your hands. Breathing here, activating through your posterior chain, your backside body. On the inhale, reaching your arms forward like you're Superman. On the exhale, cactus out the arms, lift higher. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, and pause. Option to stay here, option to bend through the knees. Dorsiflexing the toes so they face your knees. Activating through your legs, your hamstrings, lifting the head, neck, and chest up a little bit higher, and breathe here for 5. 4, activating through your glutes, lift up higher for 3, for 2. On 1, gently releasing, right cheekbone comes down towards the mat. Arms come out to a T, bending through your left knee, sending your left leg up and over, breathing into your right shoulder girdle. Option for a bind, half bind, full bind. You can also take a cactus arm with the right arm if you need some more stretch or a different kind of stretch. You can take bridge with the legs. Finding your own variation here. Or just keep it simple. Good, gently coming back to center, and then just switching the sides. Left arm comes out to a T, bending through the right leg, sending the right leg up and over. Breathing into your left shoulder girdle. Good, and whenever you feel ready, gently coming back to center. From here, we're going to plant our palms back underneath our shoulders. We're going to tuck our toes under. On the inhale, pushing up into a high plank. And exhale, sending it back into your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you want, you can bend through one knee and then the other. Nod your head, yes and no. Just let it feel good. Good. From here, we'll move through some sun salutations. Feel free to add or subtract any movement that you feel fit. Whenever you feel ready, the bottom of your next exhale, bending the knees, stepping or floating to the top of the mat. On the inhale, taking a halfway lift, flat back. On the exhale, fold back down. On the inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. On the exhale, cactus out the arms, baby back bend, gentle bend in the knees. Good. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, float, jump it back, vinyasa, or skip it. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. Breathing here. Seeing here if you can really root down through your pointer finger and your thumb, the inner edges of your palms. Sending your hips up and back towards the sky. Good. Bottom of your next exhale, bending the knees, stepping or floating to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, let it go. Inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. On the exhale, bend, cactus out the arms, baby back bend, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, gentle bend in the knees as you fall back forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant, float, jump it back, vinyasa, or skip it, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Feeling free to embellish, add, subtract any movement, knowing that vinyasas are always optional. Play around with it, be playful, don't take it too seriously. Good, we'll do one more of those. Whenever you feel ready, bending the knees, step, float, jump it back to the top of your mat. On the inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On the exhale, fold, let it go. On the inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. On the exhale, cactus out the arms, baby back bend, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold back forward, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step, float, crow, handstand, jump it back, vinyasa. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, we'll bring our big toes to touch. Slight gap into the heels. We'll reach the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. From here, we're gonna take 5 handstand hops, and we're gonna meet up in a high crescent lunge with our right foot forward. So whenever you feel ready, get into it. Don't take it too seriously. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, right foot forward, left foot back, adjusting your stance as you need to, reaching the fingertips up, high crescent lunge. Taking an inhale here, cactus hover the back knee. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, cactus hover. 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 Inhale, reach back up. Archer's lunge. Right fingertips reach back, left fingertips reach forward. Maybe exalt your crescent as your right fingertips slide down that back leg. Left arm goes up and away. If you want, you can straighten out through your right leg here. Good. From here, as gracefully as you can, warrior 2. Right fingertips reach forward, left fingertips reach back as your back heel spins down. Adjusting your stance as you need to here. From here, reaching the right fingertips forward, keeping the bend in the front leg, reversing your warrior, reaching the right arm up and away. Good. From here, circling the hands all the way down, coming into an easy twist. So left palm plants, right fingertips go up. Option to stay here, option to roll onto the knife edge of both of your feet, coming into a horizon lunge as your left hip sinks down, right fingertips reach back. Good. From here, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, right arm reaches underneath you, spinning your heels out, your toes in, adjusting your stance as you need to, and falling down into it. And then doing your thing, finding your own variation. You can grab for opposite elbows, you can grab for your ankles, your big toes. You can interlace your hands behind your back, behind your head. There's tons of options here. But don't think about it too much. Just let yourself get into it naturally, intuitively. And whenever you find your posture, maybe you can start to close your eyes and find your breath. Good. Option to stay here if you need some more time. Option to come into a halfway lift here in your wide-legged forward fold as we transition into a skandasana squat at the back of our mat, bending into that left knee. And then from here, we're going to transition into an extended side angle into the right leg. So bending into the right leg, again, adjusting your stance as you need to. If you want to grab your block, I'll flip around so you can see me. You can for the inside of that right foot. Reaching the left fingertips up towards the sky. Also, always an option for a half bind, full bind. Maybe grab your strap to make those accessible or a t-shirt. Trying your best to keep your right bum in and underneath you, lengthening through both sides of your torso, hugging your belly button towards your spine. And breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, gently releasing. I'm going to come all the way up into a reverse triangle, Straightening out to that right leg, reaching the right arm up and over. And then from here, we're going to move into a triangle pose. Reaching the right fingertips forward, 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 as far forward as they will go. Reaching for your shin, your ankle, your big toe. You have your block handy. Good option for that. Reaching your left arm up and away. Good. From here, we're going to transition into a half moon. If you have your block, it's good to have for your half moon as we slide our left foot up towards the sky. Reach your left arm up towards the sky. Option to stay here. Option to bend through the left knee. Grab for the foot if that's an option for you. Kick the foot into the hand. And breathe here. Having a gentle bend into that right knee. Good. If you grab the foot, gently release it. Whoa. Back into your half moon. And then bring your left hand down for your standing splits. And we're going to step our left foot all the way to the outside of our mat to the right side. And from there, we're going to plant through our left palm, maybe on top of a block, as we reach the right fingertips forward. Breathing in towards our right hip, our right low back. Maybe taking your gaze up towards the sky. Good. From there, right fingertips come down. Step your left foot to the outside of your right foot, pinky toes to touch for a twisted leg Uttanasana. Option to stay here. Option to walk your fingertips over towards the right for a little bit more stretch. You can also use your block. Plant your right fingertips down. Reach your left fingertips up. Good. If you have this position, go ahead and keep everything the same. We're just going to come all the way up to standing, reaching your left fingertips back, your right fingertips forward. The back of your left hand comes to the right hip as you reach your right arm up and over for this back bend variation. Good. Keeping the legs the same, reaching all the fingertips up towards the sky, taking an inhale. And the exhale, cactus, baby back bend. Good. Inhale, reaching back up, unwinding the legs. On the exhale, chair pose, bend through the knees, drop the hips, sink it down. Taking an inhale here on the exhale, drinking bird. Palms come down, lift up your heels. Inhale, back into your chair. Exhale, drinking bird. 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 Pausing here, see if you can interlace your hands behind your back. Gently let your heels come down as you come into a forward fold with a gentle bend in the knees, keeping your arms, your hands interlaced. And breathing here. If the interlace doesn't work for you, you can grab your strap or a t-shirt to make that accessible to you. Or if you don't want to take the interlace, you can just come into a regular forward fold. Option to stay here, option to bend through the right knee, straight-ish to the left leg. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. Good, gently coming back to center, switching the interlace to the other thumbs on top, reaching the arms back up towards the sky, and then bending to the left knee, straight-ish to the right leg as you take your gaze over your right shoulder. Good, gently coming back towards center, letting go of the interlace, let that go. Padahastasana, sliding your hands underneath your feet for a forward fold here. Let the head go. Good, gently releasing the hands if you took that variation. And inhale, take a halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, fold, let it go. And then inhale, come up, stretch up, take your gaze up towards the sky. And then exhale, cactus at the arms, gentle bend in the knees, baby back bend. Good, inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, fold back down, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, go through your vinyasa, crow, handstand, jump, float, whatever you want to do. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. Taking your time. Great job, guys. Stick with it. I know this is a difficult flow, but just focus on your breath. Take breaks when you need. And have a sense of play, of exploration. Not taking anything too seriously, just having fun. Good. From here, we're going to bring our big toes to touch, slide up into the heels, reach your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. 5 handstand hops. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it for 5, 4, 3, 2. Meeting up in our high crescent lunge. The left leg is forward on 1. Good, gently landing, adjusting your stance as you need to. Reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Taking an inhale here on the exhale, cactus hover the back knee. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, cactus hover. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, cactus hover, spread out wide through the fingertips. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cactus hover. Inhale, back up. Exhale, cactus hover. Inhale, back up. Archer's lunge, left fingertips reach back, right fingertips reach forward. Option to exalt your crescent, letting the left fingertips slide down the back leg as your right arm reaches up and away. Maybe straighten out through that left leg. Good. From here, warrior 2, as gracefully as you can. Left fingertips reach forward, right fingertips reach back. Adjusting your stance as you need to. From here, left fingertips reach forward, keeping the bend in the front knee, reversing your warrior. Circling the hands all the way down for your easy twist. Right fingertips, right palm plants, left fingertips reach up. Option to stay here. Option to come into your horizon lunge, running onto the knife edge of both of your feet. Left fingertips reach back. Good. From here, Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Left fingertips reach in and underneath you. As you bring your toes in, your heels out, finding your wide-legged forward fold, whatever variation you want to take here. As always, inversions are welcome. Headstand, tripod headstand, handstand, or you can just stay here, breathing into your stretch. Find where you want to go and breathe there. Finding that right balance of stira and sukha, of effort and ease. Good. Staying there if you need some more time, or finding your halfway lift. Transitioning into your Skandasana squat, bending into that right knee. Good. Staying here if you want to take a variation, but we're going to move our way into our extended side angle, into our left leg. So pinning into that left knee, let's palm plants, maybe on top of a block. Maybe you want to bring your elbow on top of that left thigh for some more space. Bind, half bind, wherever you want to go. And breathe there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently releasing. We come all the way up into a reverse triangle, straightening out through that left leg, reaching the left arm up and over. Rooting down through that left big toe, reaching back with your left fingertips. As you transition into your triangle pose, reaching the left fingertips as far forward as they will go, using your block, reaching the right fingertips up. Lengthening through your spine here, keeping your left hip in and underneath you the best you can. Rooting down through the knife edge of your right foot, the toes of your left foot. And then from here, transitioning into a half moon, bending into the left knee. Blocks are your friends as your right leg goes up and away. Option for your Chapasana, reach back and grab the foot. Ooh. Play around with it. Kick the foot into the hand. Good, gently releasing the foot if you grabbed it. Right hand comes down for standing splits. And then your right foot's going to come all the way to the outside of the mat on the left hand side. Your right palm is going to plant, maybe on top of a block as your left fingertips go up. Breathing into your left hip. Your left hip abductor. Good. From there, left fingertips come down. Stepping your left foot to the outside of your right, twisted leg Uttanasana. Option to stay here. Option to walk your fingertips over towards the left. Option to grab your block, plant that left palm on top of on it, or maybe just onto the floor. Reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. Good. Keeping everything the same, we're just going to come all the way up to standing with your right fingertips reaching back, left fingertips reaching forward. Back of the right palm comes to the outside of the left hip, reaching your left arm up and away. Good. Keeping the legs the same. All the fingertips reach up towards the sky. Take an inhale. On the exhale, cactus, open up the heart. Good. Inhale, reaching back up, unwinding the legs. On the exhale, fold back forward. Let it go. On the inhale, halfway lift, flat back. On the exhale, plant the hands, step, float, jump it back, vinyasa, or skip it, meeting back in your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, let's all just take a child's pose and sink it back. You can keep your knees out wide or close together. Let your forehead come down. Taking a little reprieve here. Noticing how your body, your mind, your emotional state feels different from the beginning of practice. coming back to that gratitude, that grace for yourself, that thankfulness for having a body that can move, that can sweat, that can feel, that can grow, and that can flourish into new areas of growth, new areas of strength and capacity. Good. From here, we'll start to slow it down. We're going to meet up in a downward facing dog again whenever you feel ready. Remember, just reach the right leg up and back. Take an inhale. And then exhale as gently as you can. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring the back knee down. And then come into a twisted lizard lunge here. Reaching back with the right hand. Maybe grabbing the foot. If you want some more space, you can take a block underneath this left palm. You can also use a strap to grab the back foot. But find your variation here. Maybe let your head fall back. Good. Staying there if you need some more time. Just coming back into your lizard lunge. And then coming down into it. Maybe just staying on your palms. Maybe coming down to your forearms. Maybe stretching your arms out to a T, going a little bit wider here. And breathing into that. Good. Staying there if you need some more time. From here, we're going to move into a Chandrasana lunge. So I like to have my blocks handy for this. Last little push here, guys. We're going to root down through the top of the left foot, putting our hands on towards our blocks, framing the right foot, and then lifting up, lifting that left knee up. Your hands can stay on blocks, activating through the left glute, maybe reaching your fingertips up. And holding here for 5, 4, feel the burn, find some stillness there for 3, for 2, and on 1, gently releasing. Half splits, full splits, whatever variation you want to take, you have your blocks, use them. Breathing in to your asana, into your shape. Bringing your awareness, your focus back to your breath. Noticing your thoughts, maybe asking yourself if they are true or if they serve. Using your breath as your anchor, as a tool to shift perspective, to shift your consciousness into a new way of seeing, into a new way of experiencing, with more openness, more love, more of a sense of possibility. Good. Option to stay here if you want some more time. Otherwise, gently make your way up and out of it. Oof. And take a hip opener of your choice. I'm going to take half pigeon, but if you'd rather take something else, I welcome you to do so. So just sliding your right foot over towards your left wrist, And maybe tucking your left toes under, using it as a lever to find your stretch here. Getting that left shin as parallel as you want it towards the top of your mat. The more parallel it is, the deeper the stretch, supposedly. Just depends on your body. And then find your stretch. And then once you find it, maybe close your eyes. And these longer static holds is where my mind tends to go a bit haywire. It's where I tend to get lost into my personal narratives, my stories, my whatever, Sometimes it's just a roller coaster, and I find when I can bring my awareness back to my breath, back to this present moment, I'm able to choose which thoughts, which emotions have meaning. In these places of stillness, of reflection, we're able to redirect ourselves. We're able to write a new narrative. Good. Option to stay here if you want some more time. Otherwise, we're going to make our way up and out of it and release however you want to release. If you want to reach back and grab the foot, you can totally do that. If you want to take a vinyasa or a flip dog into a wild thing, into a wheel pose, you're welcome to do that. We're going to meet back into our downward facing dog on your own time. Good. From your downward facing dog, same, just other side. Left leg reaches up and back. Gently bringing your left foot to the outside of your left palm. As gently as you can. Finding your variation of twisted lizard lunge. Reaching back, grabbing the foot. Again, if you want some more space, you can take a block for underneath your right palm. Reach back and grab the foot. If you want some more stretch, you can come down to your right forearm. You can open up the heart. Finding your variation. If you grab the foot, go ahead and release it. Setting up for our Chandrasana lunge. Grabbing your blocks, framing the foot with them, the left foot, rooting down to the top of the right foot, pushing down through that foot, lifting up off the knee, lifting the right knee up off the mat, and then staying here, activating through your right glute, reaching the fingertips up towards the sky. Holding here, lengthening through your spine, tucking your tailbone under for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, On one, gently releasing it down into half splits, full splits. Your blocks are handy. Use them. Finding your variation and taking your time to find it. Taking about 10 deep breaths here. Finding some comfort in the difficulty, some stillness in the difficulty, some resilience. Finding that place where it's difficult, but it's not damaging. Finding that place where it's challenging enough where it can stimulate some growth, some new space. Good. Option to stay here if you'd like some more time. Option to make your way up and out of it. And coming into your half pigeon or hip opener of choice. Double pigeon if you want to come onto your back. Take figure 4. You're welcome to do so. If you want to take a block for underneath your left bum for some more support, you're welcome to do that as well. And then maybe tucking your right toes under, using them as a lever to get that left shin parallel with the front edge of your mat. Finding a long spine first, and then lowering down into your stretch. And then about 10 deep breaths here, or longer, or shorter. This is your practice. Finding that balance of strength and softness. Breathing into new territory. A new way of seeing, of experiencing, of being. Coming back home to you. Good. Your option to stay here if you'd like some more time. Option to release however you'd like to. Reaching back, grabbing the foot. Doing that, taking one last final vinyasa, flip dog, wild thing. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Wheel. Whatever you want to do. Meeting back in your downward facing dog. And then into your child's pose. This is where I'll leave you today. As always, if you want to finish out your practice any other way, headstand, a few rounds of bridge, wheel, plow, into shoulder stand, I welcome you to do so. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. With love and gratitude, peace.